Okay guys, I'm going to be showing, or at least try to explain how to use her or how to get better at it or some tips or anything, because it's not just simple as me showing you and you're going to get good at it. Because I have at least 8 years of playing online head to head, and that's kind of how I got good. Because offline you can still get better, but it's not the same, because they pretty much are running stock plays. People online might, do some hot routes and stuff. So I'm just going to keep running a cover 3 sky. That's a pretty easy play to cover. So pretty much, I guess what I'm going to do is show when you're in different formation what you could expect. And so I'm just going to pick a play. So when you're in this formation, when you see an opponent in this kind of formation, there's a couple things you could expect. You can expect slants from each of the 3 receivers. If you see, like this play, this is what is it? Shallow cross, I think. If you see this kind of route coming, you know the out route is the guy on the other side, right next to him. So circle. And then streak. It's pretty much a giveaway. I usually make circle curl, but I'm just talking about stock plays, and I'm going to keep talking about stock plays. As soon as you see that kind of crossing route, and it's not like a slant, you know the guy on that other side, or the same side, is doing an out route. I'm in an in route. Sorry. And then another thing you can expect, if you see the running backs going out like in the flat, both of them, and you see this receiver go deep like a streak, you know on the outside it's like this kind of route on both sides. So that's a giveaway for this kind of formation. So let's see the kind of audible that they got. Didn't want to do it. So you have the cross play. You pretty much know on the same side it's going to be that. You also got that route. If you see that kind of route, the other guys could be doing really anything, because usually people audible those, but that's how it looks usually. And what other play do I got? And you see a play action, you see the guy crossing, it's pretty much like that. So we're gonna go to another formation. That's kind of how I get like tipped off knowing what a person's doing, because some of these stuff is just giveaways. Well, this is maybe a helpful one. When you see him in this formation, it's usually PN around. If it's the run plays that usually are used as halfback force, halfback off tackle, they're very similar runs where they go to the same side where all the guys are, the 3 the trips guys. So you pretty much know that's coming when you see this kind of formation. And then also what they could be doing is a Z spot play. So a Z spot is pretty much this X receiver, whoever button he is. It's going to be that guy. He's going to come out like this, and it's going to beat most coverages, like especially cover 3 he can. And then circle usually will come over and just stop right here. That's a Z spot, and then R1 will just go in the flat. That's the Z spot. That's another play people like to use. Let me see the audibles this playbook has. And then this is like Seattle. It's another form of Seattle. So when you see the guy coming around like this, you know these 2 guys are coming upfield over here, and that's exactly what this play looks like. So I would usually go to X and then come off the R1. It's usually how I would do it. If you want to bait them, X will usually beat pretty much all zones, and even man, it's a pretty good route. So just act like you're covering him and then get off him. If he's going to keep throwing it, then stay on him. It depends the person. Yeah, I'm controlling both players, so it's kind of hard. And then this is usually not ran. Just be honest, that's usually not a play you're going to see often. Let's do this one very quick. This might be a long video. This might be parts. I really don't know. If I run out of stuff to talk about, then I'm going to have to do many parts. But, so yeah. When you see, I'm going to hike it. I'm not going to be flying, but I usually go to circle. Oh, Derek Carr though. I'm usually someone faster, but he has 80 speed or something like that. It's not that bad. So hopefully I'm using a bad team. If you see X like that coming like a weird rally that you know he's doing he's going back upfield if you are covering that guy. It's a weird route, and people are starting to use it now. I'm going to do it again. When you see a guy come up, and then you know he's going to cut upfield. It's not a drag usually. Can be, but I would be prepared for that. Especially if they're rolling out to that side, you know it's not a drag. If someone's going over there, 2x, you know they're cutting upfield. So yeah, I'm going to pick a different formation. See what else this playbook got. That's some play action stuff though. And also, you see like the fake screen wheel. If you see someone going up like that, you know the screen's there. That's another thing that's a tip there. I'm just looking for other plays to help you. Here, stick plays the thing. So when you see like this, a tight end and then 2 receivers over here, you probably expect 4 verticals. That's usually most people do. And maybe have 4 verticals audible. I do. So that's 4 verticals you don't know. And even 5 wide, there's some 4 verticals play. As long as you see that tight end going like that, and they're not in the trips formation which I showed earlier, then you should be okay. Because everyone's going to be, it's usually that. When you see the X do that kind of route. So I was doing stick. Stick, pretty much you know it's stick when you see a tight end go like this. He could either stop like a curl or keep going out. He's usually going to keep going out. And then this guy will keep going out. So what you could do, usually people don't throw it, but you could just cut under it and you could cover both of them pretty much. And then there's a streak over here. And what else do I got? Oh yeah, and here's another. This was another one I was thinking of. When you see the tight end go like this, and this guy, you know he's going to do this, and then there's going to be a streak also over there going upfield. On this side, there's going to be, it's not a slant, but here's the route. It's like that. That's pretty much a giveaway for this kind of play, and it's going to be usually play action unless someone cancels that. So yeah, that's a tip there. It's usually 4 verticals. That's a pretty overused play, and I don't think it's really that good. Actually, usually against the computers, it's gonna burn them usually every time, but online it's really not that effective because of users pretty much. Just looking. Here's another for me. When you see a tight end and then 3 receivers on the other side, it's usually not gonna be that play, but it can. Usually when you're gonna get, I think it's this. Yeah, that play. This is kind of hard to cover. I'm just gonna play, I'm gonna be the Raiders right now. You got circle open, and then oh wait, I'm not running what is it? Cross play. So you got circle, and then you got triangle, which just got open. And it's really hard to cover. I would usually cover circle quick and then go to triangle. Sometimes they throw it quick enough where you can't, they're going to catch it anyway. So you might just have to cover triangle. You kind of have to guess. Depending on the situation, don't expect the 3rd and 10 them to go to circle. Like, just be smart and just think about that. But if they need like 2 yards, it's going to be hard. I would probably just cover circle and go to triangle. It's very hard to cover this play. But you can. It's possible. And so, yeah, that's usually what's going to happen on that formation. It's usually that play. And this is the Raiders playbook, so I can't really explain. They don't, not every playbook has everything. And drive out is starting to get used a lot. Because of that square route all the way on the left. That route's very deadly against man. And sometimes zone. So that time you know it's the Raiders playbook when you see the backup running back going in that kind of formation, which is gun tight, offset, tight end. When they're in that, the backup running back's in. So you know it's the Raiders playbook. I'm pretty sure that's the only playbook it's in. That formation. Maybe not. I'm probably wrong about that, but that's something you could expect. Now 5 wide, this is go in these kind of formations. So this is one thing that could happen. It's similar to the stick play earlier, but now you got 2 slants over there. I like this play. Some people run in stock. I like to make triangle do a slant so you don't got 2 drags coming, but they're unbumpable, both of them. So you got that. You have to cover X and then one of the, drag peep, routes. Oh, what is this? Yeah, this play. You just have to know when you see 5 wide and you see the triangle straight and then stop. He's coming in. It's not an out route. I'm gonna just run it. He's gonna try to juke this guy, and a lot of people throw it. You just can't be juked by that. Just see that enough, you know he's gonna do that route. And smash is rarely used. I've seen people use it, and they just sort of circle pretty much all day. It's kind of annoying, but you're gonna have to cover. Another thing in 5 wide, hopefully the Raiders got it. I don't know if their playbook has it or not. I'm just gonna go some 5 wide formations. See what they got. Alright, so they do got a screen. I'm gonna do it. I really shouldn't have to explain this, but if they're doing the screen all day, they're just gonna throw the stupid circle all day. I've picked off some of these just because tendency is they're gonna do it like the first time, and then you're always gonna be worried about it, and then they're gonna keep doing other routes to try to bait you over there. But then when they're down in the red zone, that's sometimes that's a tip off. When they're in 5 wide, you're like, they're probably gonna do a screen, so just be over here or start moving over here when you expect them to hike it, and then you're already full speed ahead and you just pick it off. Because that screen, they're pretty much gonna have to hike it and throw it. They can't really read that. If they do, they try to read and stand there, they're gonna get sacked usually. Because that's what most screens do. They give up pressure. They're trying to let the guys come in. So that's tip off. Red zone pretty much at the 1 or 2 and they're in 5 wide. Expect that. They could do a QB draw, which is rarely done. I still don't get that, why people do that. You should be mostly in a running formation or a QB sneak or something at the 1. To go 5 wide, you're pretty much saying, no, I'm not running it. Not always. There's run plays in 5 wide, but hopefully you understand what I mean. It just doesn't make much sense to me. I don't do it. What they got in here? I think, oh, we've already been there. I guess this is it. They got the Raiders. So, and if they're in pistol, you expect the read option. It's gonna be hard to stop. And I think we went through this. The P end around. I don't know if it's in this play. Yeah, it's not. They don't have the close of strong. I form. There's a P end around, but rarely they use that one. I'm just looking for stuff. I know. I'm trying to see if the Raiders have it, which don't look like they do. I do Texas. That might be. A lot of people on. I usually make both guys block, but they throw to this fullback. They have X. You try to cover that, and then they throw this quick pass to the fullback. If they got a really good fullback, I've seen people use it with Franco Harris and stuff on the mutt. And it's just, it's kind of hard to cover. You got X, and they usually just dump it off. Then you try to cover that, and they throw to, X. So, another thing that's kind of hard. But if you're in cover 3, that's what it kind of beats it. If you're playing man, well, you don't want to play man either. You kind of want to have a guy there that is not where you're supposed to be. So maybe like a cover 1 or so. Something that will cover X when he cuts, and then you can cover down to R1. And they can even throw it quicker, maybe. Let me see. Yeah, you can throw it like that, and that's again hard to cover because you're expecting you're waiting for them to cut back up. And let me see if there's any passes with I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find one, but guessing I'm gonna do halfback circle, but
All right, here we go. Red 18.
so when you see R1 go out like that, all right, this is a tip off of this route. I'm not gonna I can't really use it, but because I'm playing one player, you know, well, two people with one hand. But when R1, when you see him go straight diagonal, there's only one thing the running back can do, is cut back in. So I would be with the linebacker, pretty much, as soon as you see this, you just go and follow him, just straight follow him, which is L2 or LT, whatever console you're on. You just straight follow the guy. So I'm gonna hike it, I'm not gonna, so you'd be right here, and then you realize, I'm gonna do it again though. And yeah, card's not gonna throw because again I'm one player. So I'd be like right here, and then I see him cut over, and then I'm pretty much locked down on him. It's a pretty easy thing to notice when you play enough Madden. It's something simple. As soon as you see him cut diagonal, I mean, you know he goes out. There's nothing else he can do but cut back in. Again, this is pretty much the Raiders playbook. I might back out just to show you. You know, another playbook like the Eagles, something common. Actually, I got one thing, which pretty much any playbook people are doing, is a makeshift screen. This is really tough to cover, depending on how they do it. Trying to find a good one. There we go, slip screen.
Hey, we're gonna rally.
So, how I see screens immediately, it's the only thing like it in the game. When the running back comes up, and then, oh, then you should be noticing. You might not get there, depending how good you are reading it or noticing. Like I'd be here covering someone out, and now I see the running back. It's just, there's nothing like it in the game. The running back cuts up. The linemen don't play normal. The linemen, they're going left. There's no time all the linemen are starting to go one direction. That's how I know it's a screen. And sometimes when you expect it, this is a formation. A lot of the time they do the slip screen. So you should be expecting in the shotgun a little bit, and then look, you're right on at pick 6 if he throws it. But then people do, which has been out for years. This is how I usually run my slip screen, the pinion. So then you don't notice it until it's like too late. So, and then people, they have both. So you might read, if you get really good, you might read this guy, but then they just throw behind you. So that's hard to cover. So what I would do, if you know, usually I don't notice the first time. They get me once on the makeshift screen, but then you want them to let them get the running back, because you're noticing this. You're gonna stay above the running back and be where R1's gonna be. So you're gonna probably give up completely throw the triangle, but you know it's not like a 10-yard gain. You should be able to tackle them. You might get blocked, but you know you have your other teammates should be over there, depending on how good your team is or the players. So yeah, let's go to a different playbook. And the Eagles is one that is different, but it's so obvious. As soon as you see someone use the Eagles playbook, you know, like, just because the formations, I think it's slot offset, something like that. It's just so obvious what they're gonna do. There's other playbooks like Chargers that's used a lot, Broncos. But I'm trying to help you, get you tips, at least on a few formations, so you can easily read it. And eventually it becomes second nature to you. I mean, if you play offline, you want to get better that way. It's kind of be hard. You probably should be playing free safety or middle linebacker, but then you get the defensive camera review. So which I don't know why you can't have an option to do either. Oh wait, we do this, we're just gonna have to switch sides. Let me make sure they got the Eagles. They should. So yeah, you're pretty much gonna have to do this in real game. You're just gonna have to keep playing real. It's the same formation people are using. It's the P end around, the strong power, and the halfback counter. You know those plays are coming depending on the formation. Usually you could figure out, but it's still hard to stop it because it could be going right or left. So again, those are overused runs. So again, I mean, I can't teach you everything. It's not just this simple and then you can figure out how to do it. But Again, when you see certain formation, you know it's 4 verticals, you know it's stick in that same formation. You know either slants are coming or, you know, other routes, screen plays. It's eventually it becomes just second nature. It becomes simple the more and more you play this game, because the stuff that's broken about it it's so easy to read. Again, I'm gonna have to push pause and flip side. I'm gonna have to do one play. So, but you could guess here. There could be a strong power. I doubt it. But there definitely could be. Let's see what the play is. It's a dive. There is a counter though. So again, you just have to, and this could be either side, so you can't just say, oh, it's that side. And also this formation, respect but wide trail. And this is actually this is my playbook, but the wide trail play, I'm gonna just hike it and play some defense. But as soon as you see R1, the slant guy, you know X is coming back over. It's a giveaway. I don't know why Rodgers can't get that. He just teleported kind of there. But and that's something simple. So I think it's slot offset. It's I have in my playbook. Here it is. I actually did a tip video on this formation. So pretty much most people are going to come out with the run or this path. As soon as you see the motion, go for it. Even if they run it, just go for it. It's giveaway, it's the Eagles playbook when you see this kind of thing. And then I don't know if he has the run. I think this is the run. This is. So eventually they come back with you with the run. Oh, wait, I don't know what happened, but see, and then there's a pick. They only could do much in this formation. And that's slants. And I thought I picked this play. Well, whatever. So then you got the run. And this is another giveaway. Do they got the screen here? I think this is it. No, this is that. What is this? Again, this is similar to what I was talking about earlier, but I said X does a streak. If he does that kind of route too, you got these routes on the outside, and then you have the guys in the flat. It's giveaway. When you see 2 backs and then X do that route or do a streak, you know the outside guys are doing that. Let's go back. Let me go back to the Eagles playbook and pick a... So here's the Eagles cross screen. There's a bunch of motion. A lot of people do that motion triple option play. So I'm going to do triangle again. Giveaway. How you know it's a screen? Just look where the other running back, 43, scrolls. Just look where he is. But it's going audible. Look where he would normally be. They're even. You know it's the screen in this formation when he's up. So pretty much, he could throw to triangle if he wanted to, but he wants to throw to R1, let's be honest. That's who he wants to, and then triangle is the last resort, but you're playing man, triangle should be locked down, and you should have an easy right at R1. Alright, and then again, the triple options to play, but I can't really, we're talking about user cover, I'm not going to really show runs. I give you tips like what they could do out of the runs, but that's the thing, if you see that for me, that could be the triple option right there. I don't know what else they got, but a lot of the people do that PAF slide play. Pretty much you see play action, you know the guys are all crossing pretty much. There could be a screen out of those back when there's 2 backs in the backfield. Nothing to teach you really there. Sorry about my, if you hear my dogs bark, can't really control that. The slot underplay, the triangle route, pretty sure it's triangle. He will like fake out and then cut in. It's a slant pretty much. Just trying to find some different stuff. Again, there's some of the motion plays. There's different ones. there's the screen, the tight end screen. There's a receiver one, I'm pretty sure, in this formation. I know there is, actually. I shouldn't say that. There's the, oh yeah, the top one. I missed it. But okay. Again, that's something they could do. That QB slot screen I really like, but you don't see it that often. And the reason I like it, I would put it in your playbook if you have a custom playbook. It's a very good triple option, and when you pitch it to the receiver, it's an incompletion because you're throwing it forward. It's not going to be a fumble unless you do it too late. That's another good thing about that play. But I'm trying to. I can't find a good play to show you this route, but I'm just going to do it. A wheel route with, it's usually from R1, not X. But just say I'm covering, I'm going to hike in, I'm not going to really play. When you see this, and then you know, you have to just watch for X to go deep. I'm going to fall right now. Oh, yeah, I actually fell into them. Usually you expect from R1. When you see R1 just like go out like this, expect this is R1. You know it's a streak, and then but if you're playing zone, you should be okay. But man, you have to just go for it. You just take your losses, just go cover the deep route. Because let's say I do play Madden. I'm gonna actually just play the Eagles right now. I'm gonna roll out X wide open, but wow, that was Nick Perry teleported and he was overthrown. But again, he's gonna burn him. Man, you're just gonna have to cover it. Don't care about the save. We're gonna do it again. Let me make sure it's man though. I'm not covering. Again, that is covered. Could maybe again Nick Foles just throws in the dirt. But usually it's gonna beat him. If he is covered, then they could lob it still. But if he is covered, then go cover someone else. It's up to you. But again, if you see a real route, it's usually R1 though. And then B's gonna do like kind of a post. I mean, there it is, pretty much it is a post, but it's usually not like that exactly. Oh, I saw something right here. I think, yeah, it's this curls play. Well, it's not usually, but this route, when you see something go perfectly straight, even if you think this is a streak, just watch. Cover inside, and then you know it's a, you know, I got the post covered. If it's a streak, I just keep going with them. Just be inside. It's the best thing I can say. In every situation, be inside the guy. Let's say this, I make X do a smart route of an out. So I'm covering in, and then I see him burn. Now I can go under him, because in this game that's how it is. You can go cover the passing lane just by cutting under it. So again. Just be inside, always inside. And by the time, if he does, you get burned over the top, usually you're gonna have some safety help or something. So like, even if you're here, he can lob it up, but who cares? You got Clinton Dix, I think, back there, yeah. And you can't bullet. You got to pass on. That's the same thing for vertical. Just cover under it the whole time. And even if you're here, like faking like you're blitzing in and it's 4 verticals, just drop back up and you should be there and strafe, and he should be throwing it right pretty much there. Maybe over here, you know, something like that. I know this is a long video, but I'm sure it's trying to help you in one video, hopefully to get it all out. We'll have to do another video. Again, stick play. You get it's a give, you know, it's usually 4 verticals or that when it's in that kind of formation where you see a back, or, you know, the 2 receivers cutting out. You know, I can tell you, let's just do, I'm trying to find something. Oh, here, actually, this is better right here. This will be R1 doing a wheel. You know this is a post right here, and then you're gonna have to cut under this. I was a little bad there. I was just trying to show you. You know what play this is usually when you see R1 go like that. Then you know this is a post. Then you're gonna have to cut under and cover square. because it's always like that when you see R1 doing that. At least stock. Square is going to do that route, and that whatever you want to call circle, that's pretty much a post. That's the giveaway, pretty much. What you see, and select will go under, then you're going to cut up, and then you're going to cut under. Maybe you want to be a little bit deeper. I'm going to try to do it again. So yeah, R1, then you read it. Oh, you know what the play is, and then that might be exactly a perfect time. You might throw that, and you might be able to get there. Another thing, let's see. I got stick. Actually, stick's not really the thing I want to do. 4 verticals. If he's burning you on little stupid curls, and that was cover 3, and it's just what you're gonna have to do when you think he's gonna do a curl or he's beating you with curls. So this is what I'm doing right now. Curl can sometimes beat that. If you got outside linebackers, you put them out in purple. You still got 3 guys pass rushing. And what I got is Mike Neal. He's a linebacker. I make him a defensive end. Just because this team doesn't have another end. Could put Dayton Jones there or like someone else, but got Mike Neal. So I can do that kind of stuff. I like to put more guys in coverage. Because this is a pretty good, defense right now. I mean, you need to get 15, 20 yards. Very good. You're not going to get the pressure. And then you can call this, I guess, fag D, whatever. But it's not a bad defense. I usually put at least a couple purples on that. I usually have some guys. I usually don't want to put my best passer on purple. So if I got Alden Smith and Von Miller, I probably will put Von Miller in the cover. I think he's a better coverage guy. So I would put him in the purple. Just to have this kind of max out covered look. And so yeah. And then this should cover the curl. See if I'm trying to throw a curl. You got a guy right under it, and that's Clay in the purple route or coverage. Easy thing to do. Then you could easily just worry about covering the inside. You don't have to worry about the outside. That also can help you out if you're not starting to use her. Have some purples. Have some other. You can play cover 3 all day. I see a lot of people they do that. It can work. I'm not saying it won't, but if you want to start out, that could help you just doing cover 3 all day, which you might get burned in the run game, and depending how good you are, that might not be a good thing. I don't got much else to explain here. Again, PA slots over. When you see that kind of formation, you expect to have that kind of covered routes. So yeah, let's do random plays, and I'm going to kind of guess what I think they're going to be. This might actually help you. So right here, it could be slants. Could be a run. Let's see what they got here. It's a run. Inside, exactly what I would think. Usually you're going to have something like that. It could be a counter, but you got Peppers over there, so you shouldn't have to worry. The audibles. 4 verticals. A lot of people don't do this, so don't worry. But if you see X doing that kind of route, if it's stock like a computer, triangles is doing the same. Remember, just cover in, don't cover out, don't cover on. You could cover on, but just be inside most likely. And PA data, let me see what this play is. Most people are not going to run this, just to be honest. And yeah, you got slants, like I said. Not the slant I was expecting, but when you see the slot receiver go out and the tight end do that, expect slants. And I'm going to do it right now. Say, who do I cover? Cover the circle, and then back off, and then cover a circle like that. Unless you're playing man, and you think, oh, the corner is in front of this guy by like 2 yards, then you can leave him alone. Go for the other guy who is actually the receiver is ahead of your corner. I'm going to do it again. Now I'm going to do man. And when I'm covering the run back, I usually don't cover it, depending if it's a long situation. Then you don't have to worry. You got a free guy covered. And you can always make Peppers, really quick, do that. Boom. You have a good coverage right now. Peppers is still going to blitz if R1's blocking, so you're still good. So yeah, I'm going to wait. Square is open. And see, circle was a little bit behind the corner, which was shield. Then you just cover the other guy. I usually switch off, but if you notice something like that, stay with them then. So yeah, here it's the same formation basically, but no tight end. Suspect run. The bubble screen could happen. A lot of people don't really use that, and that's kind of why. Unless you route swap, then it could be better. This usually a stretch play, an inside run, slants again. Let's see what the play is. A screen. These screens are bad because watch. I'm going to use their fold. You have to wait for them to stop or throw it really quick, because sometimes it's going to hit them in the head, which people still do, and I don't get it. You throw it quick on those kind of screens because the running back stopped, or you wait for them to stop. So this, for vertical stick, I've kind of said what this could be. Let's see what it actually is. It could be a run. It's this. And again, I think I showed something similar. R1's going to do that. And if you have a purple or whatever, you have a circle kind of could be covering square. I'm going to run this. Again, R1 should be covered. I'm being folds. And everything shut down. Oh, he's most likely I didn't really look. I was just kind of... And again, when you have this, I usually baseline, and now it does that. Just to get in your standard stock 3-4 look. So this, for verticals, a draw inside run. It could be slants from the outside guys running the slants, but unlikely. It could be a play action play where they play action. This guy will cut in, do it in. This other guy will do a post over here. And the outside guys, I think, are curls or something. Let's see what it is. It's a screen. Usually you don't want to expect that. But, again, I mean, oh wow, he does a screen. Let's see what it does. Oh, Pepper's right on it. Pretty much because it was the highway. This is a weird formation. You're probably not going to see this much. So, be prepared for anything really on these kind of plays. Let's see what it actually is. That's kind of I want to know because you don't see this often. Okay. This is in a couple formations, couple plays. And you see this out, and you see a tight end right here. He's going to do this. This is in a couple plays. And then you got the slants. So I would cover X and then just watch for triangle. Because you will notice this. You do more and more, you will notice kind of this package of tight ends do that. So you just come over and cover the slant. And there's going to be 2 slants, so you probably will throw a square. Mostly that's what they're going to do. Because they're going to see you cover, say I'm covering triangle. They throw it right there. Even though that was a little dangerous because Pepper's right there, but he was over top. Like I said, you want to be under because that can happen. Could be 4 verticals, but unlikely. Also, the tight end could be motioning on a run. And yeah. But sometimes the tight end himself will motion and block, which would be Matthews right there. And they could always flip it. See what else they got in this. This play's getting used a lot. It's usually not in this formation that they do it. Doesn't look like that. 4 verticals, like I said. Expect that. Even if the tight end's off the line, it could be 4 verticals. And PA slides probably showed something like this. Pretty much, but X wasn't doing that. But triangle, you do play action, triangle's going to be cutting over. And I don't see many people throwing square, just be honest. I don't know if you would. I don't do this play. I don't use the Eagles playbook. I use my own. But yeah, so we're going to run this play. Cover triangle. And they could throw to X really quick. But again, you're covering triangle most likely. Similar formation. Could be the same. Let's see what it is. It's 4 verticals. You should be expecting this. And Zalik drops it. 4 verticals. It's this run, which is used a bit in this formation. And 4 verticals, even if it's not a tight end on the line and it's another receiver, it could still be 4 verticals. It might be even audible. Look, here it is, 4 verticals. And triangle is also doing that. So if you're playing man on the running back, he could throw to triangle. He should be wide open. But if it's like 3rd and 12, let him throw the running back. It's gonna be him. He's gonna have to make some moves probably to get the first down then. Or just play zone, and then you can, or that running back pass won't be that viable in that situation. So inside zones I'll run because it is an audible in the stock. It doesn't have the pulling guard, but it's still similar. This is a little bit tougher. This could be a halfback zone run right here. Tight ends are usually there again. They're in that kind of package, like I said, but I don't expect it because there's an outside receiver here. Let's see what it actually is. It's this, and people do this play a little bit, where they roll out left and throw to X, and maybe an R1. But again, it's not a great play. And here's the zone split. Most people have a running back doing in the backfield doing that, so it's not as good. But you got a better blocker, yes. This is the play people are using a lot. I'm gonna hopefully run it. Here we go. Just cover X. And then they're not going to throw R1 usually. You could go up, but hopefully your pressure's in then if you're going to do that. Because if he could have waited and thrown the X there. Again, 4 verticals, it could be inside zone. Quick base is pretty much inside zone. 4 verticals with the play, and let's see what it is. So it's this. I don't see people doing this, just to be honest. And that route, the tight end, there's only like 10 routes for each position in the game pretty much can run. So once you notice this guy going streaking up the field, it's either a post or an out. He could keep going, but unlikely someone's doing that from the slot, just to be honest. He's usually going to run a slant. If he doesn't do that, he's probably not doing the zig route where he goes in and then goes back out. An out from here, unlikely. An in, not viable usually. No, people are not going to do that. So usually it's a slant. Expect that when you see slot receiver. He's usually not going to do a streak. He's going to do a post, which people I don't see do that often. And the flag route pretty much, which is done very good in Z spot plays. So I don't know what play we're doing, but X should be open, but again, it's kind of not. And I'm just trying to show you. I'm not really trying to complete much. Again, inside zone, 4 verticals. Let's see what it is. And we've seen this play. I didn't really show it. But look, the slot receiver is doing a streak, but probably a streak is, he could throw it right there. But usually I was trying to throw a square there. And usually people use that streak to take the safety away so they can throw to the other guy. And again, it looks like the same formation, really similar. 4 verticals. And this is the only time you really can force the triangle. It's very hard. But you could be right in between those guys. If you see 2 verticals and they're thrown to either one, but if you play man-to-man, that play is done. It's not going to work, especially 2-man deep. And this kind of formation, usually inside zone or counter, just most likely. These tight ends, if they both run a vertical streaks, I don't like that. I think 2 tight ends doing streaks is just a dumb thing. But let's see what they're actually doing. And it slants, and that's another thing they can do. And whenever these tight ends are doing flats, expect the slant probably coming in. Just saying. So we're going to run this play. I'm going to be the linebacker. So I got circle. I'm going to cut out and cover square. And again, locked up. Looks like 6 linemen. I think, yeah, it looks like, wait, I'm looking at it. This is a weird play. So they have sell like where Peters would normally be. And this is something the Eagles kind of do in real life. They put like Lane Johnson all the way on the where Macklin would be and stuff like that. I've seen it. But weird play. Probably not gonna see this. And it's this kind of play. Probably slants they got in 4 verticals to say. Inside zone again. Fake wheel, and this is something, another screen. Again, all screens pretty much.
Here we go.
Again, stretch, kind of run, or a dive. Another play they can do, which I don't think is in the Eagles play with, is tight end ace drag. One of the tight ends will do a drag like this. The other one will go like this and in, a 10-yard in. And pretty much you cover the drag immediately and go back out to the 10-yard in. They probably will just throw the drag then, but it's like 2 yards or so they probably get. So don't worry about 2 yards, that shouldn't be that bad. And then because of that, the side that has the drag on the tight end, so let's say this is the drag right here, this guy will be the post. And the other guy will be a streak. That's tight end ace drag. That's a play. That's pretty good. Not used a lot though. And they do actually have a review on that play. So see what this is. It's not a stretch, but and there's slam. That's like a dive. Double hitch. Let me see this. It's probably yeah, it's that. Most people don't do that. This is play action, and again, this is I think is an awful play. Just my opinion. The slants. Again, we've seen that. And incomplete. Foles has just been awful. We've seen this. Again, inside zone. The slants play we've seen, and again, they're in a package as tight end, so expect something like that. And this is actually kind of. I mean, this play looks actually okay. Let's see. Oh, but it's a draw. If this wasn't a draw, that would be a much better play. But not a bad play right there. Again, 4 verticals. Not surprising. See how easy, and in the end, if you're playing that kind of coverage, you should be locked down the other guy, so you should be able to cover yourself pretty easily. It's just simple. This is Hail Mary. When you see this is Hail Mary strips. Let's see. Oh, wrong controller. Or a screen. Completely wrong, so my bad. But it's very similar to Hail Mary strips. And this is, I think, the same formation. I wish you can tell. I don't think there's a way to tell. What are the audibles? Spacing, which is this kind of play. It's just a bunch of little crawls and stuff.
13.
I don't know what that guy just did. Oh well, we can do the inside zone play. Again, it could do screens on there, but expect some deep routes. When they're usually packaged like that, like right next to, it's usually Hail Mary. But they could do a screen to the running back, like I said. But on Hail Marys, I'm usually a lineman. When I expect the Hail Mary, I'm usually a lineman. Like the computers do that. You got 8 guys in coverage. And that's the only time I'm ever a lineman. But if you're the linebacker and you want to just blitz in, because the linebacker on 3-man deep, that coverage, is the running back. So you should be, when you're coming in, you should notice the running back doing that screen, like I said. It's obvious the guys are pulling, the guards and the linemen. The running back is going up and stopping and then cutting out. So as soon as you see him stop and you see the guys pulling, it's a giveaway screen. See what this, probably 4 verticals again. Same things I said, stick. This, honestly, you will probably never see this. And look at all the coverage. You got R1, yes, but it's because you're playing zone, you have man. If you're playing man on that, there's nothing they can really do except throwing a very low curl, and sometimes they can't complete that. We've seen a similar play to this. See what it is. Screen. So again, you're gonna have to throw the screen quick because it's he stops on that kind of screen. That's why I don't like those screens. The cross screen. Good, this came up. Kind of hard to notice, but we're gonna run it. You will go over here, and then he will be over there. But you should notice him going the other side. So you might be a little bit late. The more you see those kind of plays, the more better you will be able to cover cross screens. But again, they're not as good as normal screens. I haven't seen a cross screen go for big yards on me ever, or many even people do it. Again, we've seen something stuff like this for vertical and stuff. And here's the motion. As soon as you see the motion, go for it. Leave your coverage, and look, it's locked down pretty much. And I left my zone. 4 verticals, inside zone, 45 play. Okay, here. This play you probably won't see often, but again, cover X on the streak, and then you will come down on the curl. Or not curl, circle. You just cover those and then drop down if you see anything coming in. Because usually something's coming in, but something's going deep. Just saying. If there's 3 receivers on one side. Again, slants, stuff like that. The same play we've seen. Which I really don't like this play, actually. Got some yards, but... similar, maybe slant, something like that. It's curl. When you see a guy, again, it's either slants or curl. Just to be honest, when you see the tight ends go like that, do a flat, here we go. This could be stuff like I said. I showed the slot offset formation. Could be slants, could be stuff like that. Here's the read option play. Like I said, this is a very good read option. And I shouldn't have pitched that, but I'm just showing you. Foles had big gain. A lot of people do it. I seen someone in Mariota, that's it he would do. Again, bubble screen, you're probably gonna see. Again, you just cover X. And circle was kind of open, but he ran his route weird. And again, when you see the slot receiver do that, or the tight end, expect slants or curls. That's pretty much it you're gonna see. And I recommend throwing curls usually every time low. Again, this could have been a screen, like I said, or the Hail Mary. Not much else they can do. They could do a screen. Let's see. The read option. Yeah, they do have inside zone and the read option. Let's see the actual autos. So I can get show inside zone. Eagles flood. I remember this is a play action play, but it doesn't look like it. It isn't. Again, X, when you see that kind of, you pretty much square and X are what makes this play good. Circle can be okay. And slots over. Again, you've seen something like this. So you cut over and then throw to X or triangle. 4 verticals, screen. Screens can come out pretty much a lot of formations, so. Again, slot offset, stuff like that. It could be an off tackle run to the opposite side, whatever running back it is. So McCoy would go right, Sproles would go left, whatever off tackle running would. Again, slants. You have, this is slots offset. So I would just probably go to him pretty much every time. And remember, if the running back, one of the running back is like 2 yards up where Foles is pretty much, exactly, you know it's that screen play from that formation. Again, we've seen this. This could be the slants play we saw earlier, and it isn't. It's a split off tackle read option kind of play. Could be the crossing routes like I showed we had earlier. Could be a run. And this is rarely, like again, screens can come from anything. You can't really predict a lot of them. But when they're 5 wide and you see a running back all the way to the right, that's usually New England's playbook, not always. There's a couple others. I think the Broncos have, Broncos have it. Where the running back is always to the right. They could do a screen to him like that. 5 wide, expect someone wants to do the screen usually. The first time around, you should expect some 4 verticals or the tight end to go up, cut, fake out and then cut back in. That kind of route like earlier I showed. And also, and then the screen, if you don't see anything like a 4 vertical, any tight end going deep, then you should know it could be where there's 2 slants and then 2 outs and a streak, which is what is it? Whatever. I've showed you earlier, but then it's probably a screen. It's a screen or guys are going deep like 4 verticals. Even a play called 4 verticals, 5 guys can go deep. Just if there's 5 guys off the line of scrimmage. Well, not off, but not like where the tight end is right now, on the line. So what is this? Oh yeah, we showed this. Triangle's pretty good against man, which square is open here. And I kept pushing it, but I broke the sack and it wouldn't let me press it for some reason. But again, we showed this. Again, when you see someone in motion, and this is the play I was talking about. But you have 2 guys going out, and then, but if there's 5 wide, it would just be 2 guys on the left side doing a slant. Or if they flipped it, then the other side. Slants, like I said, we had this formation before. Cover R1. When you got 3, they just cover R1. Again. Could have thrown R1 low, so you want to be under him. This is, honestly, someone's going to go open because it's zone, but it's really not effective play, and you're not going to see that. Probably a run, but yep, run.
Tempo, tempo, tempo.
You expect runs in these kind of formations because there's really not, again, screen, a bubble screen. I don't know why it flips the play, but it's just how the formation is, I guess. And again, this is not good because they will either count that as a -3-yard run for Macklin or just a -3-yard pass. You're not going to see this. I don't think I've seen this once online, but the slant is pretty much covered right there. Again, we showed some of the stuff. So again, when you see motion, cover him because he's going to beat zones. So I've showed a lot. Square is open. This usually won't be completed. I was just showing that can be open. I was just trying to strip my own guy, but again, this is a great run. These inside zone plays. I've hopefully this has helped you. Again, X is doing that, and R1's right next to him. He's gonna do like an out, and then a streak on the other side. So I don't know how long I've been talking, but you will know when I publish this video. But again, I've explained a lot. I don't expect to do another video. If you want any more tips, I can help you. But again, this is how I use her, and there's so many giveaways to what you're doing and what you're probably gonna do. When there's more guys in the line of scrimmage, it's probably tendency of people, they do the same plays over and over, even though they have 400 plays or so in their playbook. Doesn't make much sense. I never do a play more than twice in a game. Even if it works a lot, I still don't do it more than twice, and I might not even do it twice. Any play in my whole game, in a whole game. One time I do it twice is went for a touchdown, like 50 yards. I'm like, to see if this guy can beat it. Yeah, I don't do the next play though. I wait maybe 2 quarters and then do it. But again, if people are in 5 wide, they're doing screens, probably not running it. If you see a guy motioning from 5 wide, it could be a run, or they could be faking him and they could throw it. But usually then you have crossing routes. When you see a guy motioning and it's not a run in 5 wide, you usually have some kind of crossing routes. So I'm gonna just keep playing. I don't know my routes. I'm just gonna keep going. But it's pretty simple after a while. And I mean, hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you got something from this. And thanks for watching, and bye.